Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, I do lots of videos on DIYs, different crafts, any kind of home decor, centerpieces or vignettes or anything like that. I do it, so make sure you check out my channel. I also have another channel, which is Vesna TV Home. Here's where I do all of my like home decor tours, thrift hauls, and all of our renovations that we've done. I will post that on that channel, and then I'll just keep this channel strictly for DIYs and crafts and stuff like that. So if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and check out my other channel too. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you really enjoy what you see. And if you're just brand new, thank you again for visiting. And if you are coming back, thank you so much for coming back. For today's video, I'm creating a farmhouse pumpkin topiary. I am using most Dollar Tree items in this DIY. So I'll show you what I did and how I created this topiary. So I got these pumpkins from the Dollar Tree actually last year. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be painting them out, and I'm going to be making hopefully a topiary. I haven't decided how I want to make it yet, so I'm going to keep these on just to be safe. I have a few Pinterest images that have inspired me, but to start off with, I'm going to paint it with my Annie Sloan Cocoa chalk paint. And I'm going to do this because I haven't decided whether I want to keep all of them the same color, whether I want to make them a little bit different. But either way, I'm going to paint this because even if I don't leave them all cocoa, this will cover up better than a white would. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just using a Dollar Tree brush. I'm not using anything fancy because I found I painted another pumpkin and I did it in the gray from Rust-Oleum, and I found that it was a little bit too big of a brush, so I didn't like painting with it. So I'm just gonna do this one. To hold the topiary, I will be using this. This I got at the thrift store. It was $2, super cheap. I really like it. I don't think I'm going to be doing too much to it. Like I said, I haven't really decided. For this project, I'm kind of all over the place. There's a few inspirations that I have, and I might wind up mixing some of them together. Haven't decided yet. So there's one that I'm leaning towards, but I'm not sure. So as my title indicates, this video is a part of a challenge. It is the Pinterest inspired DIY challenge hosted by Sonia from Domestic Diva DIY. If you haven't checked out her channel, please make sure you check it out. She does some amazing DIYs. Thrift flips, furniture painting, you name it, she does it. She's an awesome DIYer. Make sure you check out her channel. I will have the description linked below. As well, I'm going to have the playlist linked below so you can check out all of the other creators and hopefully be inspired for fall or just to do a DIY. So this is the DIY that I chose to go with. This is the pin that I chose. It's actually from the Latina Next Door, which is kind of funny because I've had that pin for such a long time. I think even before I started watching her. So, but that is her pin, and that's what inspired this project. So, and that's the way I went with as I told you before, that I had like a few ways that I thought I was going to go, but this is what I chose to do. I will not be doing multiple coats on all of them because I just did the brown as the base because as I said before, I wasn't sure which way I was going to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Annie Sloan Duck Egg Blue chalk paint, and I'm going to paint one of the pumpkins in that color. I will probably have to do one solid coat for that, and then I will leave one pumpkin cocoa, so I'll have to do another coat for that one. And then the third pumpkin I'm going to wrap in burlap. So this burlap is also from the Dollar Tree, and all I did was I cut strips of it, and I'm going to just be using my hot glue gun to glue it on. I'm kind of eyeballing it. What I want to do is I do want the little strips to show that they are strips. I don't want it to look like it's one big piece, but I do want everything covered and the frayed pieces covered. So that's what I'm doing here. It was fairly quick to do, and I did not use a lot of burlap, so you'll have lots left over even if you buy the roll at Dollar Tree. So once I finish wrapping the pumpkin in the burlap, I go ahead, and I didn't record myself doing this, but I go ahead and I do another coat of the cocoa over the last pumpkin, just so it covers better. And then in the next clip, you'll see that I'm showing you how I'm putting my topiary together. Now, even though I got my like my pot at the thrift store, you can find pots similar to this at the Dollar Tree. You could use any kind of pot. You could use a plastic container that you paint. It doesn't really matter. I just happened to have this on hand, and it was the look that I wanted for this project. But like I said, you could easily do this for, $2-3 from the Dollar Tree. You get some paint and like even a plastic container, and you could make this bucket the same way. Originally, I was going to do something else for the inside. I was going to put floral foam, but because I'm putting moss, I decided to use some Amazon bubble wrap that I put in there, and then I put a plate over top. So you'll see this in the next clip. Okay, so what I decided to do, this was just a paper plate from the Dollar Tree that was green. So I just cut it to size to fit my container. Now I thought this one might be big enough, but it is not, so I will not use that. And I'm gonna hot glue it to here, and I'm leaving the green side up. I'm gonna be pushing it in here, and then I'm gonna glue the moss to it, and that way the moss is a little bit less messy. So then I started adding the floral moss, which I also got from the Dollar Tree. I got 2 bags. I only wound up using not even a whole 1 bag. And I'm just putting it on the sides and a little bit in the middle. And then I hot glue my pumpkin to the plate and the moss. And then I took the tips off, which I had kept just in case I decided to go a different way. And then I'm just putting the pumpkins one on top of the other. On my blue pumpkin, I wound up putting a little bit of floral moss around the like the stem of it, because I wanted it to kind of look like a little bit more natural. And then I went ahead and I put floral moss around the like between the first and second pumpkin, as well. And again, I just hot glued it on. Floral moss gets a little bit messy. If anyone has any tips on for it not to be so messy, please let me know, but it seems to be so very messy for me. So here's the finished piece displayed on my fireplace. I love the way it turned out. I'm really happy with it. These pumpkins are amazing. I hope they have them again this year because I have a whole bunch of plans for them. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you to Sonia for hosting this challenge. Thank you to Latina Next Door for inspiring me. And thank you for watching. Check out the playlist and check out these videos that I've recommended for you at the end. And if you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing. Thanks, and have an excellent day and stay safe.